from Scratchable Studios. It's time to rage across the internet. It's your favorite Werewolf the Apocalypse podcast. I'm your host, Porter. To my left, we've got producer, Father Danwell Tyson.
Hey, everyone.
And across from me, once again in studio, good to have you back, buddy, is the immoral Tomwell Dixon.
Danwell and Tomwell, I like it.
Yeah. It's a good team.
It's damn well good.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Look at this guy.
High five.
Good to be back.
Good to see you. Good to see you. How we all doing?
Doing good now.
Roasting.
Yeah, it's little inside baseball here. We're slowly converting the studio into a sauna.
Yeah.
Or it's just
hot.
it's really hot today.
It's humid.
And a little shockingly, we can't run the AC or even a fan.
No, because...
That is all you will hear.
Yep.
Yeah. Curse
Bummer.
these good microphones.
So here,
Yeah, good point.
here we are, slowly dying for your entertainment.
Slowly dying.
Slowly dying.
Melting away.
But,
However-
yeah, we're here because, speaking of dying,
Go on.
it's just today's episode.
Oh, it's another. How come I always get the shit about this?
I know, and he's aggressively just always.
Just king of the naysayers.
I'm just messing. This one's
Yeah.
not too bad today.
No, we're here for our third visit to the zoo, to the barnyard. And
Visit to the zoo.
and if you recall last time, Danny lost his mind about the Macaulay.
Yeah, sorry.
He's lost his mind.
Just remember, it was Danny.
Yeah,
Right, not me.
I came in hot. I
I don't like the Rokia, but I offered solutions to make them cooler.
had
See?
a bad day.
But Danny
I'm
here,
sorry.
he was armed and everything. He had a gun to my head that day. He's like, "Do
incorrect.
not stop this record. I will kill you."
No, that's so wrong and incorrect. Unfair.
Tom,
Oh, I
tiebreaker?
was there. It happened.
See?
Gonna have a gun to your head in a minute here.
Felon.
The threat.
Right.
Everybody heard that.
Yeah. So Tom's not on the show anymore. We know what happened.
Yep.
And you can make your phone calls.
When
to,
my van disappears and you guys don't, get my foam peanuts that I've been sleeping with in your packages.
Yikes. I don't know where I want to take that. There's so many options.
No, let's
I'm just gonna skim over it. And,
so speaking of packages,
Nope, see, that's...
I was gonna say we got some more stuff in the store.
Oh, you know what we do.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to segue into, but you guys just went the wrong way with that.
Well,
You started it.
you've
Get out of
met
the gutter.
us, so whose fault is that?
Get out of the gutter.
It's where we found you.
Fair.
Hey,
So yeah, okay, the store then, if that's the kind of
yep, that's what we're
packages
going
we're talking about. Yeah, we do have some things. The cool thing, again, a little behind the scenes. When we switched to these new vendors, we closed the store last time because it wasn't working out. We couldn't get the stuff we wanted to people. And this new one, for me, it ships a little slow, but I want things immediately, so maybe that's on me.
I mean,
That's,
yeah.
but the
I get it.
thing is, though, is it's not just one vendor.
Yeah.
It's like we go through a vendor who's like an umbrella for all these other vendors.
Mm-hmm.
So they're adding new products all the time.
Right, and so when we see them, and that's interest that we think our people are going to want, we put them up in the store.
Right. And like sometimes it's not even that like, oh, maybe someone really wants that. It's like, I think that's cool. I didn't look at the clock and go, everyone's going to want that above their mats. I'm like, fuck that, I want that.
I want that in my garage.
Right? Like it's going to go above my computer or something.
Nice.
Or like maybe above the TV here.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Right? I think that's cool. So yeah, now you guys can also, if you think it's cool too, you can buy it. But it's on there because I want it.
Fair.
And if you want it too, go check out the store.
Right. And interesting thing about that is, we had the promo, the month-long, grand reopening promo. We're just going to let that ride.
Yeah.
Because the thing is it's one per customer.
One per
anyway.
customer. And you know what? We're just...
So why let
it's staying there forever.
Yeah, why let it expire? If this is the year 2026 and we're somehow still in the air, holy shit. But you've discovered this for the first time and you're like, hey, you can still use that code. It's fine.
Yeah.
Why not?
We just decided.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, we're just telling you now, Tom.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
I'm finding out for the first time along with you guys. So
But yeah, we just decided because
If it's one per customer anyway, who's it hurt?
And exactly, yes. at the same time, we're getting new products all the time.
Right.
So every few weeks when we're saying, hey, there's some new stuff, that's because we saw it. We're saying, hey, there's new products, and maybe they want to wait and get a whole bunch of stuff at once and use that code.
Maybe. And, it's not to say we won't run other promotions as time goes on either.
Eventually, yeah. But as of right now.
Either way, however you want to do it, we've decided to let that ride. Because, hey.
Yeah.
And again, that's for our Discord members only.
Right.
Which is free. It's free to join our Discord. Yeah. You just have to go to our site, which is, Tom?
www.rageacrosstheinternet.com.
Thank you, Danny.
It's like he slammed his mouth shut.
It went on too long, but you did it this time, and I'm proud of you. So I'm going to encourage.
I'll see if I can cut it down a little bit.
I'm sure you will. Cut it by half.
Ow!
Yikes!
Yep.
But yeah, so there's that. Yeah, there's some cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think the charging pad is my favorite.
Holy crap! I couldn't believe we have that option. Take a Rage Across the Internet phone charging pad.
That's awesome.
Right?
It's fuck yeah.
Like, I thought it was just me. I'm like, no, I've never gotten around. I've wanted to buy one. I never got around to it. And then I checked like the new stuff that's available and stuff. I'm like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that in a toddler onesie, and I'm like, well, not. Charging pad.
Yeah, charging pad.
Yep. No, at the same time, that being said, listeners, if there's some kind of product you want, let us know.
Nope.
Like we'll look into it and see if there's something out there that's maybe not there now, and we can get our logo on it. I don't know. There's always suggestions.
Case in point, there's the new style of the T-shirt on their store. It's been there a little bit now.
Mm-hmm.
With the logo tiny above where the pocket would be,
right,
and then the logo on the back. That came from someone in the Discord.
That's awesome.
That was suggested to us. I'm like, yeah, I can make that happen.
Thanks for the suggestion.
So, yeah, if we can do it, why not?
So hit the website, get on the forums. There's other cool shit on the forums too, but the forums is where you're going to see the Discord link.
And then join in and get your 10%. Then you get to hang out with everybody, which is a lot of fun too.
Yeah, that's probably the better part.
A lot of crazy discussions go on there. And of course, our friends from Weaponized Ink hang out from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
Our buddy Grant. He's been hanging out a lot. It's really cool.
Getting a lot of insight for his own stuff.
Yeah.
Which, good on our people for helping him out.
Yeah, you guys all kick ass.
Absolutely.
But on that note, how about we jump on over and get our tickets to the zoo?
Okay, I guess.
No one's
listen to this guy.
I know. And everyone's like, you don't like Fera, Porter. You hate the Fera. What am I? I don't like two Fera.
You hired the producer.
Oh, he's not getting paid.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm getting paid? I got excited for a second.
No more. People got to buy way more shit before you get paid.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Right.
And Patreon. There's that too.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, we kind of forgot the Patreon, but we can...
I was going to bring it up later.
That's fair.
Break it up.
Spread it out.
Yeah.
Like some jelly.
One of those peanut butter and cheese and grape jelly sandwiches you love so much?
Oh, yeah. Cream cheese.
All right, so what are we doing today?
Okay, so what we're doing today...
We're going to the zoo.
Yes. And today we're going to talk some ratkin. We're going to talk some kitsune. And we're going to begin to talk about the Bastet. And that's where we're going to lead off with.
Right.
Is the Bastet.
There are so many different Bastet.
Which is why we're breaking it up.
Yeah. So we're doing one tribe each today. Then we're going to hit some more Fera. And then all we'll have left to do is the rest of the Bastet. We'll get through it.
We'll figure that part out later, I guess.
The Bastet was my job this time. I drew the short straw.
Or the long straw.
I was going to say, the long straw.
I don't like the Bastet, but it's not the Bastet's fault.
Explain.
Okay. And I'm going to explain this by using a true story about the Matrix. The film, the Keanu Reeves, those movies.
Everyone knows for that. I hope so.
Well, I was in high school. I think it was my senior year when that movie dropped.
Okay.
And so you came back to school because it was a summer release, and you had all these kids
wearing trench coats and sunglasses.
Yes.
Oh boy.
And they were all dressed like Keanu Reeves and the girl, the Trinity. or
Morpheus.
Thank you. Help me. What's his name?
Morpheus.
Morpheus, Neo, Trinity. Those are the three.
No, not Samuel L. Who played him?
I forgot.
Samuel Jackson?
No,
it wasn't Samuel L.
Who played who?
Morpheus.
Oh Oh, I can't think of his name
Jesus
right now.
Christ.
We're all drawing a blank on that. Hey, it's not important. Go ahead.
It is. That guy's amazing.
He
But
is.
it's not Morgan Freeman.
No.
No, God, no.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence
There you go.
Fishburne. Yep.
But yeah, so like everyone was dressed like those characters, and nothing was cool except the Matrix, and nothing had been cool before the Matrix, and nothing will be cool after the Matrix. You know, I used to call them these fucking Matrix kids.
Tell you what, though, I did love the glasses with no
frames.
no frames.
Whatever, man. It was just their unadulterated zeal and worship of this film made me hate it so fucking hard. That's kind of how I feel about the best. It's not the best that's fault.
It's the amount of people.
Yeah, it's shut up about the best that already. I don't want to hear it.
Okay. I get it that there's a ton of cats. There are different species of cats everywhere.
And, this show goes on the internet, which is a place where cats are generally accepted.
Cat memes are a plethora.
I mean, there's one or two people on the internet who are fond of cats, so it's going to come up.
You forgot like.
Well,
There's like.
yeah. And then, if there's something about the Bastet themselves that bother me, it's the vanity, which is perfectly on point for cats. But check this out.
Listening.
Okay, now, they were originally, as they first came out in Werewolf, 2nd edition, and even in Werewolf 20, okay, they're Gaia's eyes. They're her secret keepers. It was their job to go out and find the secrets and let Gaia know what's up.
Okay.
That is not what is in Changing of Breeds 20, and that is not what's in Revised. So here we go.
Why did they change that so aggressively?
Because I remember you bringing this up before, where they were like the secret keepers, and then Guy said, "Okay, so what are the secrets?" And I said, "Well, it's a secret. I can't tell you."
Yeah, and I was going to talk about that.
Funny when we first said it,
But it was true.
which was crazy.
Which is like, that's how we got the Korax, who
Right.
can't shut up.
Yeah.
But, according to the legend, again, this is from Revised, and this is from Changing Breeds 20. Because it's contradicted in Werewolf 20.
Oh Jesus!
So I want to
Okay.
make that clear. I had to do some back looking because I didn't realize they changed the backstory in Revised. Because I knew it. Why do I want to read it again? So this is why you want to read it again, because sometimes they change shit. But okay, check this out. According to Changing Breeds 20, all right, and we're talking the Cliffs Notes here, okay? This is story time, like in Red Talon. So Gaia created the best at last. A quote, wolf and raven, lizard and bear, predators great and small, prostrate themselves at Gaia's feet, groveling for the chance to be her mate. Okay, so everyone wants to bang Gaia.
That's what I'm hearing so far.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it is. Okay. Knowing himself to be her equal in beauty and grace, cunning and ferocity, Cat alone remained impervious to Gaia's charms. So everyone wants some Gaia, except for Cat, who's too cool for her.
Oh my!
That's so cat.
Yeah, she ain't no big deal. Okay.
What the hell?
So now Gaia wants Cat, of course,
Right, because
Cat's turning her down.
Right, exactly.
He's not buying her flowers and shit, so she wants Cat.
Yep. Want what they can't have.
And Cat does not care.
Typical cat.
So time moves on, and there's the Fera, and they got their jobs, and they're bickering and fighting and bullshitting and not doing what she wants them to do. So,
Or some of them are, and some of them aren't.
This is their version of this story.
Oh, okay.
All the Fera suck, and they're not doing their jobs.
I see where this is going already.
Okay, now Gaia goes back to Cat. And now she understands how awesome Cat is.
Because they're the only ones doing their jobs and no one else is.
Well, there's no Bastet right now.
Oh, God, okay.
But she understands how awesome Cat is and how shitty everyone else is.
Got it.
So Cat throws her a bone. They have 9 kids. This is the original Bastet. And she tasks them to, and I'm quoting again, she tasks them with aiding their elder brethren with the duties already set before them, to remind their neglectful elder cousins of the task they were created to fulfill. So to be Gaia's middle managers.
Oh, my God.
I like the original.
Oh.
So the other shifters, of course, they can't fathom the greatness of the Bastet. So the Bastet says, fuck you, we're not going to do our job then.
Oh, my.
And then you get the Garu, of course, who are pissed because the Bastet won't bow to them, who are in turn pissed that the Guru wouldn't bow to them.
Right, yeah.
So it seems that they hate the Guru more than anyone else.
Okay, then.
They hate everyone.
No, everyone's just dumb because they don't understand how great the Bastet are.
That's my point. They hate everyone because they're stupid and dumb. They hate the Garou the most because the Garou won't bow down to them.
Well, none of them will bow down, but the Garou not only won't bow down, but expect the Bastet to bow down.
I mean,
Which is your typical War of Rage intro stuff.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, that's, so you make the argument that the Bastet probably hate the Garou more than anybody because of stubbornity and vanity and, I mean, of course, the War of Rage. But that's true for everyone, so whatever. But, like, are you serious with that story?
I like the other one better.
Yeah, it did also...
Where they just kept the secrets too good.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, it's different from what it used to be, because in second edition, like we were talking, they were Gaia's eyes. Gather secrets and tell Gaia the secrets. And they're like, nah, it's a secret.
That's
so they get
I
fired.
even wrote that down, though.
Yeah.
What, you gave us second edition to read, then?
No, I gave you, do you guys have the same books? I don't know what you looked at. I mean, I know what you have access to.
Straight from the book, I put down, just from the right at the beginning, serve as Gaia's eyes, hunting out secrets in creation.
Well, did you look at Werewolf 20 or did you look at Changing Breeds 20? Because in Werewolf 20,
Whatever Changing Breeds you sent me.
there's still Gaia's eyes in
I think
Werewolf
it's Changing
20.
Breeds 20. I don't recall if it was revised or not.
Well, I mean, there you go, though. Because I did the work and looked back through the editions to go, when did they make this change?
Wow.
And then actually Grant over at the Discord suggested, well, was it saying 20? So I pulled up 20 also. I'm like, oh, that's not the same. But, again, the history from their eyes is just like, come on, man.
That is a huge turn. Like,
it's so funny.
Gaia's middle managers.
Yeah.
So at that point, you got to figure, right, is that each of the different breeds of Bastet were supposed to coincide with another changing breed.
I was going to say, so they were supposed to be the ones watching over X changing breed to make sure they were doing that job.
Exactly. That's the implication there, which is why when you go through some of the Bastet, and we'll continue as we go through that series, we'll see how they're leaning this way or they're leaning that way, and it would make sense that, they probably go, we're supposed to be the boss of this Fera, I guess. But that's the creation myth. And again, it boggles my fucking mind, and I had to share it. It's like,
That's hilarious.
everyone's terrible but cats, and...
Which makes sense for cats.
No, it does. It makes
everybody
perfect sense.
wants to bang Gaia.
Yeah. Except for Cat, because he's too cool for school.
I mean, it's just one way to put it. It's just everybody worships Gaia.
But no, they want to mate. It says mate. It's clear on it.
It really says mate.
It says
oh
mate.
My.
They had a litter. They had 9 kids.
That'd be the 9 tribes then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I was...
That number also changes in different editions. Look out. I think it's only 7
they
improvised.
couldn't
because
settle.
the Algebra, right?
Algebra.
Algebra with the hyenas, and they were originally Bastet, and...
Look.
They couldn't settle on what they wanted.
Just like a cat.
Just like a cat.
It's super appropriate, but I can't help but roll my eyes.
Roll them so hard you might pass out.
I might. Now, to move on to the Bastet,
I almost did.
They're obviously extremely solitary.
Yes.
They work alone, although they get trained. There's like a mentor. They get a mentor that will show up and kind of teach them the ropes, and then they'll part ways. You're not going to get a pack of Bastet. That's not a thing that happens. They're solitary. They're independent. They don't like people who aren't them. Again, we're talking about cats here.
Right, I was going to say, 1, cats. 2, you're not going to get anything but 1 Bastet at a time?
Well, I mean, I can't speak for... We didn't go through all the list. We just did our 1 tribes.
Okay.
So
at least that...
Which I find funny, because mine works together.
Of course they do. But Bastet as a whole they're independent and they're solitary creatures. They respect the bond between teacher and student, but, there's a tribal exception or two. And there are, and we'll get to them, They can regen, they take ag from silver, they have umbral issues.
Issues.
They can't hit the umbra without a gift, unless the exception is if they're in their den realm. And we talked a bit about den realms with the Naga, who have their own version. It's like that little pocket of the umbra that's your personal territory.
Right, the ones they can swallow in their soul stomach.
Right, and that's not...
Some crazy
that's
shit that
so
was said
fucked
once.
up that's true, though, but as a sentence.
Yeah.
That is so weird.
I know. This is static land. their den realms.
Okay.
And it's like it's theirs. Their territory is marked. They can go to the Umbra as they please in their den realms. They're dangerous motherfuckers in their den realms.
Only in their den realm, though.
Right. I mean, you can move on from there, but you got to start somewhere. And then there's a gift that'll let them do it, but they can't inherently on their own just decide to go to the Umbra. They are not classy enough for the Velvet Shadow.
Hey!
Full disclosure, I was trying to get a spit take out of Tom there.
Almost.
I was hoping.
Almost.
Should have put your pinky up when you said it.
I should have.
Classy and sexy.
So that aside, the Bastet have what's called a Yava.
This was so weird.
For reasons unknown.
I was
just
going
the
to ask...
Bastet as a whole have a Yava? Because my tribe has its own Yava.
All Bastet...
Each tribe has their own Yava.
Okay.
Yeah.
Each tribe of Bastet has their own Yava.
Yes.
Okay, this is just layers upon layers right now. This is
Right.
Yeah.
And we thought the Umbra was the biggest onion. So these are... the Yava are I don't want to say rules, but like secret truths or maybe cheat codes.
I was just going to say secrets.
They're definitely secret. There's secret truths about the Bastet where largely if you know them, you can murder all of them.
Yeah.
Most of them involve how to just completely destroy or ruin a Bastet.
Oh boy.
You look back to the Ajiba in our first barnyard, and, that's why there's almost no Ajiba left.
Because someone found out that
Is because
secret.
the were lions found out their Yava.
And just started destroying them.
Yeah, which included like a particular spot on their skull that just is like paper mache.
oh,
Soft spot on a baby's head.
Yeah. But yeah, it's all really weird ways to ruin a Bastet's life, is what the Yava are. And I mean, they're like the closest of guarded secrets, because hey, you don't want everyone to know about the paper mache skull part. Why would you want to do that?
right. But it's such a weird thing to have. Like
Right.
that kind of secret.
Like, I don't understand why it exists.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's what I'm getting at here, is why does that even exist?
My speculation, and I mean, this is headcanon, so this doesn't matter.
Right, that's fine. It's your show, it's your opinion, fine.
Yeah, well, it's just a thought.
It's fine.
Is that it was punishment for being fired.
Oh, hey.
In the original version.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it doesn't make much sense now with the Bastet or the best thing ever in their Guy's Middle Managers version. But in the, you were the secret keeper and you're going to defy me by not telling me the stuff I want you to tell me, that seems like a punishment that would be doled out, right?
Slowly, too.
That's a
Again,
solid point.
it's just what my head says. I don't...
I like it.
Yeah.
Because
Makes a whole lot of sense.
It's speculation, obviously.
no other shifters have that. It's like, hey, if you give a Garu a milk bone, he explodes. That's not a thing.
Right. I was going to say
you'll explode.
None of the other changing breeds have that kind of... I mean, they all have their weaknesses,
but they don't have a secret kill switch.
Secret kill switch. Perfect. Don't push here.
Right? No other changing breed has a dangerous don't button. All of the Bastet do.
Oh my god, it's
Is it their tail?
It's different for,
Yeah, different for each tribe.
It's like three,
Okay.
I think it's 3 things per tribe.
Yes. At least for mine, but...
Well, that's the thing, is I know Ajiba had 3, I know my tribe had 3. Mm-hmm. I'm just assuming it's 3 for everybody.
Mine had 3, but 1 is for one thing, 1 is for another, and 1 is for everything. But we'll get there when we get to...
We will get there, because we're each talking about a tribe.
Right. We each got a tribe. I just figured I'd give you more of the entire Bastet generalized first.
Well, I think that's your cue, actually.
Oh.
Because we chose to do these in alphabetical order. So we don't bicker or forget which we've done. Just fucking count.
1, a 2.
Oh, no.
A 3.
That's
So,
that
Danny,
count.
you were
picked-
number 1.
That was number 1, which gives me the Bagheera.
Yes.
Which I'm a little confused on, because at first it just says wereleopards, but then as it goes, it says the panthers. And why aren't those 2 different things?
I don't know.
And that's why I'm a little confused.
It's because they're the best.
They must be.
They're the Neil Breen of Bastet. That's a statement.
That is
Wow.
a
To be
statement.
the Neil Breen of Bastet.
Oh.
That's like 2 Breens taped together.
Oh, man.
It's like Mecha Breen.
Well, I guess we'll just start off with the Bagheera. were, as their middle management title, they were like the lawgivers. But they were the lawgivers for all of the changing breeds.
So they were probably supposed to be the boss of the Naga.
Yes.
Like, I mean, if you look at it that way, right? They were probably the Naga's supervisor. According to them.
But again, yes.
According to them.
Only according to them. It's only claimed by them and nobody else.
Well, mention that.
And now at the same time, it also says they never really did it because everybody else is short-sighted and they all selfishly shunned us.
See? Which, again, goes back to the story.
But they do take the job seriously, so they're still the lawgivers of the Bastet themselves.
Which I am fine with.
Sure.
No, I mean, someone's got to do it.
Right.
But just maybe don't...
Yeah.
Maybe don't tell the Korax how to do their business. Leave them alone. Putty tat.
Which is just hilarious because they're solitary. They'd rather work alone. They will work together with themselves.
Sorry, what?
Exactly. They will work together with other Bagheera. But temporary. There's a lawbreaker we need to take down. Even if he's much bigger than them, they'll take 3, 4, 5 of them if they have to at once to take that one lawbreaker down. And then they're done. Because, we did our job. Go back to doing what you're doing.
Yeah, they can't even stand to hang around each other for very long.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at too.
Catnip.
All right. I mean, I think it's to be said that the Bastet combat-wise aren't slouches.
No.
They're talented. They know their shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, you could argue the reason that they got their asses handed to them so bad by the Garu, and that's even really not necessarily true, because we don't have a laundry list of tribes that were obliterated.
Yeah, solid point.
Is that they don't work as a group, where Garu travel in packs. Advantage
Yes.
Garu.
That's their one crutch.
Yep.
Yeah, so one at a time is really...
If they could, handle being around each other, maybe the things would turn out different. But I'm sorry. Keep going.
It's fine.
I just want to take that second there to go hey, they weren't.
Well, this is the
they
one
don't
you
suck.
Right. This is the one you focused on. So if you got something in the middle of them, take it. It's fine.
Okay.
But
you keep going.
I found that hilarious that they work solitaire and they'll work together temporary. And again, it was like they have the example of 4 or 5 of them taking down because that one lawbreaker was much bigger than them. I found it funny, but then as soon as that job's done, go back to doing what you're doing. But they're Yava.
Okay.
This is where I got a little confused because it starts off were-leopards. And then as you're reading, they're also were-panthers. So some of them have like the leopard spots and then some of them are all black. But the Yava, again with 3 of them, the one says during new moon, they sleep extremely heavy. So nothing short of like violence will wake them up. So pretty...
Why violins, you think?
Violence.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Someone just sitting over in the corner with a...
Yeah, like not a cello, but it has to be a violin.
Right, a violin, huh? All right, I mean...
No saxophones, it doesn't matter.
I guess it depends on what song they're playing. Is it nice and slow... Dinner music?
Is it the tiniest little violin? I mean,
I don't know. Does it say anything about the size of the violins?
Good lord. Nothing short of violence will wake them up during the deep slumber during the new moon. So I imagine a quick assassination.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Slice their throat.
It's a great time for a murder party.
Yep.
All right.
What else they got?
Now that's where I started getting confused because the second Yava is for the Panthers. They will follow a salt trail from beginning to end without stopping ever.
That is an odd Yava.
Yeah, you just make the salt go right off the cliff.
But you see what I mean about magical kill switches?
Salt.
Yeah.
But again, at least for changing breeds, that they say it's specifically for panthers. So, will it not work for the leopards?
Well, see,
even though they're the part of the same tribe?
And here's the fun thing, because we don't, as you guys out there know, we don't script this shit.
Absolutely not.
We'll take our notes, and we also largely don't discuss what we're going to talk about very much.
It makes it funner.
No, exactly. It keeps the spontaneity. It keeps, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it keeps the jokes going.
Yeah, it's maximum fun that way.
Mm-hmm.
But, this is one of those things where it's like, man, I would have looked into that,
I mean, well,
But but like, I mean, no, because I had to do the backlog work anyway to suss out this origin nonsense. So, like, had I known, I would have done that homework too while I was at it because I had the books open. Well, so I'm gonna look into that for the future because I wonder if they made a change somewhere in the editions to separate those.
Right.
Because and then someone missed it in editing.
Well, because Bagheera, they've always been associated with the panther. You know, like through all manner of folklore, and not just werewolf. You know,
Jungle Book.
You know,
right.
certainly
Bagheera
that too.
Bagheera was a panther. Right.
You know, I mean, there are songs and folk tales and all sorts of shit with Bagheera the panther. So I'm pretty sure
Bagheera means panther.
So that's it. I mean, I'm interested.
But again, that was the Yava, and it said specifically for panthers. Then there's another one that's specifically for leopards. This one made me laugh. This one is just by simply a hand motion, blessing the leopard's prey will make the leopard stop what he's doing and flee and stop pursuing the prey unless his rage is high enough.
That's very complicated.
I mean, I probably said it really weird, but like a simple... I forgot the word they use. They use a specific word, but it's just like a hand motion. Blessing that prey.
This isn't the prey you're looking for.
I was about to say Jedi mind
trick. Yeah, it's not the prey you're looking
stupid
for.
Like that, right?
Fuck, you're right.
Yep.
I'm not angry enough. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not mad enough about it. All right.
It's the gesture is like gesture of protection.
Oh, we just established it's the force thing.
But it just makes me laugh.
It's not the rabbit.
Forces the cat to flee unless he has high enough rage.
What determines the rage?
It didn't specify.
Okay. I just wanted to know the mechanic on it. Sorry.
That's fair.
Again, but it just says that was the Yava. And the panther was following the salt trail. Leopard was, you can bless the prey and he's not allowed to get it anymore.
I was hoping he was going to fall asleep and do a deep sleep or something. I don't know.
The deep sleep is for the entire tribe.
Oh, okay.
It didn't have specific for those, the panther and the leopard. Okay. It was just all of Bagheera. Yeah. And again, I'm still confused on why they clumped those together.
Yeah, we'll have.
'Cause there's a lot of different cats out there.
We'll either have to or totally forget or ultimately not care to look it up.
I have a pretty good idea which one that's
one of those three
will happen.
Yeah.
Or the Discord will light up and let us know.
Tell me.
Probably the Discord.
There was 4 options there.
Yeah, probably Discord will just go, oh, cool, thanks.
The Apple Polishing Champion will be all over it.
Probably. We're going to get actually is the point.
Yep, we will.
Oh.
Actually.
So someone get in the Discord and actually me.
Danny specifically.
Oh, yeah.
Don't actually me. I don't want
to. Because he'll dig through other books.
I won't.
Danny won't because he doesn't own the books.
I mean, he gave me the PDFs, but that's it. Now that I've done the research for this one, I don't need to do it again.
Being actually, it's like being shushed.
It is.
And it's the word.
It's not even being shushed. It's like getting slapped.
Right. You could do it without including the word actually. Mm-hmm. But if you get actually...
with the glasses.
Yeah, with the glasses, yeah.
You push the glasses up on the...
Yeah, everyone saw it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Everyone saw it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anytime I hear the word.
Yeah, it's like, you motherfucker. I don't care that you're right.
I mean, it's kind of what I had. I didn't have that much more. The Yavas... I wish I had more time, because I would have gone to all the different Yavas, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, it's, but I mean, we're going to cover the Yavas as we cover the rest of these tribes.
We'll get to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and on that note, I guess we'll switch. It's my turn. And I had... these in order, you prick.
Yeah, I was going to say,
there's one big
order. Yeah, that's fair. I can respect that.
Yeah.
I have the Balam, the were Jaguars.
Like the cars?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Jaguar.
They break down constantly.
Oh, yeah, and they're expensive to fix.
Yeah, I know. The vet bill for a Fera, are you kidding me?
Oh, I don't even want to know.
So the Balam, the were Jaguars, they are, and I quote, fury given physical form. The Balam possess an intensity unmatched by any other changing breed. And that's coming from them.
Oh, I was going to say that's only coming from them, because I call bullshit.
Well, you know what? I think half of the changing breeds would be like, we have an unmatched intensity. So let's not open that measuring contest. But I would argue, just hearing that they were probably supposed to be the bosses of the Garu.
Okay.
According to them.
I
like this game. I think we need to keep with it.
Yes.
Just speculate who's the manager of who. So Karen would be talking to the Balam in this case.
Gotcha.
And that's actually pretty interesting too, for another reason I'll get into in a second.
Okay.
But they are extremely antisocial. They really just like to be left alone. They're just like, fuck off, let us do their own thing. And they're also, very numerous from the Amazon. Did
they say what they were mandated to do? Or just be the boss of everyone?
I'm telling you what I got, brother.
All right.
They are apparently the fiercest of Gaia's guardians. So again, that's why I think I'm linking them to the Garu.
Okay.
Before Europeans came to Americas, where Jaguars were using superstition and terror to steer humanity away from territories under their care. Maybe not then. Someone else really had the job of human. So maybe this is where it gets weird too, though, because it's worth noting, right?
Right.
That in Werewolf Revised, the Balam were really tight with the Kamatsas.
Oh.
Like, it specifically talks about that.
Okay.
In Revised. Like I said, I had to do that back research because, line up those dots.
Yeah, back and forth a little bit.
Yeah. So, in Revised, they were tight with the Werebats, which made them hate Garu extra tasty crispy. Because...
all the more reason.
Right, well, because, the War of Rage 2 wasn't that long ago.
Good point.
Where the War of Rage 1 was in fucking prehistory. In a savage age, if you will.
Oh.
Where... It's what?
Nice.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, to where, there's like a real time frame. It wasn't that long ago that the Werebats were killed, so they have the extra hard on against the Garu because of it. But that was cut from Werewolf 20.
Why do they...
I don't know.
So many edits.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
So many edits.
It's a fucking maze. So, so there's that.
So what book do we want to play out of today?
Exactly. Like, pick your edition with these best ed, man. I did say use the most recent GIFs and stuff, because, come on. But,
right,
if you want to maybe pick what version of history you want, and where you want to play out of in terms of lore. And now we go to the Yaba, because
right,
that's what happens next. Demons feed the wrath of the Balam. Send one against him, and he will rage into madness.
What?
Yeah.
If attacked... rage will take over.
No.
Okay.
Demons feed the wrath. Send a demon against a Balam.
What the...
and he will rage into madness.
So their weakness is demons.
Yes.
It's very...
I'm going home.
Just demons. Just
demons.
Your inner demons.
Like I guess demon the fallen demons.
Like it is a state that forces them to frenzy?
They will, I'm giving you the quote. Okay. Will rage into madness.
Frenzy into madness.
I'm thinking their brain breaks forever, is my assumption.
They fox frenzy and they're gone for, I don't know, permanent fox frenzy.
Burn the heart of a jaguar and you destroy its soul forever.
Well, yeah.
I imagine so.
That's kind of that's a little obvious. You burn.
No, but at that point, his soul doesn't return to Gaia. He doesn't get reborn.
Oh, okay.
Which is, what happens to everyone else. At least all the other changers. That's not the end for a Garu. You come back at some point, somehow, eventually.
Right.
But I guess if you burn a jaguar's heart, that's the end of them.
Okay.
And
before you give me the third one, these don't seem like that big of a deal of weaknesses.
Oh, this one's going to make you mad.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Oh, all right.
Jaguar feathers.
Seriously?
I paused there on purpose. I knew it.
What the fuck?
I knew it.
Oh my god.
Are they birds now?
There's no birds.
All right, Jaguar. Good call. Jaguar feathers.
Shed while a Balam is using the ancestral wings gift. So there's your context. There's a gift that will give them feathers. Or wings, apparently.
But they slowly shed, and then eventually you probably lose them.
Right. Hold great power. If you find one, burn it in the great cat's face. Burn it by the great cat's face. Once it is ashes, the Balam will die.
That sucks.
Well, it doesn't seem all that practical.
No.
Just light them on fire.
Because it says by the great cat's face. So that the assumption there is it's got to be the one that shed the feather.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, that makes sense.
Right, so you
But,
find
like-
a feather, then you got to go find the cat that dropped that feather.
And then, like-
or shed that feather.
Now, if you're fighting that one, just light him on fire.
But here's the thing, though.
And then you burn his heart anyway, and he can't come back to Gaia.
Right. But
Bingo.
here's the thing about that. The Bastet know their own Yavas. So, like, if I'm Catmandu here, and someone shows up with a feather and goes, I pulled this off you last week, and pulls out a Zippo and lights it on, I'm just going to kill him and put the fire out.
Fair.
Yeah.
Because it's just by their face. So it's getting me right up
tie him
on me.
up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gotta tie him
But
up
then just shoot him in the head.
and burn his heart.
What do you need a Yava for?
No, he's
You
talking
need a
about-
bullet. It's like playing mage. Do
I'm not
anything-
touching that one.
do anything in the world as long as you have a gun and a bulletproof vest. I never told that story in here. We're going to get to that at some point.
Oh, God. You're going to do it on air?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I think it's a funny story and it's a good lesson for people.
Agreed. Just not today, huh?
No, not today.
All right.
I don't want to...
That's fair.
Tell me what you got for us.
Good teaser for the next time we bring up Mage. There we go. Chevy
Well,
Chase.
obviously, going in order, I got the Bubasti, the werecats. Literally what the book says. Werecat.
But
I believe you.
Trust me, I'm taking back two. I don't see anything in here.
someone's going to actually you, too.
Egyptian werecats. There. I mean, they're based in Egypt. I'll give you that.
Okay, well, that...
I guess that narrows it down some.
Kefir cats?
What's that?
Kefir cats? Kyphur?
I don't know what the fuck that is, but I believe that's a type.
Sure.
I don't know that much about
it's a
cats.
werecat. I don't know what a Kefir cat is, so that's why I went, it's a werecat.
No, that's fair. I
Okay,
love
well,
that
now I
anyway.
can't be actually. It's Kefir cats.
Well, you should have led with that.
We're keeping this in, though. I
Oh,
love
please
how,
do, because I was so questioning that, going, what?
Like, this is amazing.
So anyway, the Bubasti are a puzzle, an enigma, a mystery wrapped in contradiction. Quote from the book.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing out that was a quote.
Yep. They are the mystics. They're very shy and very secretive. Here's the kicker.
It's hilarious before you go to that part. The Bagheera also said they were mystics.
Oh, of course they did.
They're mystic insights.
Mm.
Still funny. Go for it.
But here's the kicker. With them being very shy and secretive, they are weirdly the most social out of the tribes and tend to work very closely with each other.
Okay.
What?
And only with each other, though.
Right, but
Yeah,
still.
it's an insular society at that point, but they like their society.
Okay.
So this is where it digs in, and they are cursed by the ancient vampire deity Set.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
As a result, they have to stay rooted in their homeland of Kahem. If all of their given generation leave their homeland, they die. They're the last generation.
Now that's interesting.
Yeah, is that part of the Yava, or that's just a thing?
It is
No,
part of the Yava.
Oh, it is part of the
Yes,
Yava.
it is
Okay.
part of the Yava. But it's just
Well, that
also
seems-
their thing.
Oh.
That seems kind of cheaty at that point.
Isn't it? And I thought that too.
Because like everyone else was born with a Yava, and they just... I mean, they inherited it.
a
Yeah.
Yava.
It's like I leave you my war medals and my comic collection and my Yava. Fuck it.
So obviously these guys aren't ever leaving their den realm. They're just going to hang out all the time.
But like that's interesting though, because Set curses them that they can't ever leave, but Set curses the Garu to get the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm. And then they also put a little tidbit. The story could be folklore, but they dare not test it.
Oh, yeah, it's really.
Right?
I feel like those two groups should kind of hang out and figure out a thing, because
Go bowling. Hang out, go bowling.
I mean maybe, but I figure like the cat would probably chase the ball down the lane. That could be dangerous.
So
I was just thinking talking curses, you know.
so these guys are tasked with guarding the human mystics against the temptations of Asura.
Okay.
What's Asura? They didn't describe it. I wanted to bring that up on air.
Well,
I put it right here. What's Asura?
The bitch of it was I was going to do a violence thing and go, what kind of syrup?
I'm
just too
genuinely
fast.
And
curious.
he's just,
Sorry, I'm just genuinely curious.
I don't know.
Oh, all right then.
That's
Thanks
not-
for letting me know, book. I'll have to Google that later.
Yeah, I'm sure it's in another book again.
Here comes another actually.
Yeah.
Oh boy, we're gonna get a lot of those, I guess.
Oh.
So, current times, they work as scholars, researchers, staying behind the scenes in an effort to sabotage the, in quote, darker forces through indirect means.
At least somebody's watching Egypt.
Right? They're very highly organized, ruled by 6 elders known as Kepper. So the Kepper cats, I don't know. They're and guess what? These 6 elders are immortal vampire cats.
What the hell?
Does it say that?
It says they're immortal in the book.
It just says
no,
immortal.
I put vampire cats. That's for me.
Yeah, okay, that's they're not.
You can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Sorry.
It's like when Danny kept using the word abomination.
Fair.
You
Okay, I'll give you that.
You can't. It's the same exact thing. Point of
Well, yeah, I didn't do it on purpose. You did.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So the 6 elders actually have a gift. It allows them to seize new bodies upon death. So so they use that, allowing themselves to wait out any kind of situation they want until, hey, the conditions are great now that they're like really old. I'll just go kill them now because they're immortal.
Okay,
Right?
That's kind of cool, actually.
it sounds a little cheaty, but so be it.
But at the same time, they can't leave.
Right.
So,
Yeah, really. I mean, the whole generation can't leave. Like, they can leave, but as long as everybody doesn't leave.
which I imagine,
somebody's got to be home.
so
Somebody's
I
gotta be
imagine
home.
the 6 immortal ones probably won't ever
They-
leave.
Where do
They're
they get to
never
be immortal?
going anywhere.
I'm just saying. That's
I'm
my
just saying
guess.
too. You know,
The Bubasti, it's just, wow. English take 2. Bubasti. Sure. Their society is, they're rather clannish, obviously, with the immortals, so they pretty much just stick with breeding in Egypt.
lots
So
of
they're
lowercase t's or no?
not touching that. So they're obviously exclusively Egyptian in descent due to the elders maintaining that they don't want any, in quotes, new blood from the book. None really question it or disobey because obedience is so ingrained into them from their birth.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't even question the elders; they just go with it.
Sure.
And then I put their appearance, they're long-limbed, graceful, unusually attractive in all forms. That's part of the thing.
Is that from the book or is
From
that
the book, unusually attractive in all forms.
So you're not. This is not personal commentary. It's
No,
editorial.
that was from the book.
Okay.
All right, well, he did say
This
vampire
direct quote.
cats.
That was not. That was me. I even put it in quotes. Whenever I say something, I have it in quotes. So sorry.
We don't see that.
I'll give you my sheet when I'm done.
I'd rather just give you a hard time, honestly.
Dicks. So obviously in their lupus form, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, just
I'm just
obviously
not,
they
I'm
have,
not going into forms here. But
right. They have different
their
names.
fur is
for
always
them.
sleek, jet black, and in human form they're lean and lithe with high cheekbones and prominent noses like Egyptians.
Okay.
So now we'll get to their Yava.
Yeah,
This is all what y'all been waiting for.
it really is.
Yep. I guess that's really the part that I care about the most. I don't want to say the only part I care about, but
Well, it's like the stereotype section.
right.
It's
You
like,
go
well,
right
hear,
there.
Let's hear the good shit. Yeah.
No, we all usually go straight to the stereotypes. Too.
Right.
First Yava. When all immortals of the tribe are slain, the tribe itself will die with them. That would be the elders. Porter has his hand
He's
raised.
got a question.
How do you kill the immortals of the tribe?
Standardly. They're immortal because they can keep rebirthing into new bodies.
So it's cheating.
That's
Okay.
what it's
okay.
their gift that allows them. They're not actually drinking blood vampire.
Well, I didn't think they were actually vampires. I thought there was some other bullshit that gave them immortality.
Just
the gift.
Yep,
Okay.
just the gift, allowing them to transfer their soul into a new body.
So almost like spooky ghosts.
Sure. Boog it out.
Okay.
The second one, and this is exactly what I stated earlier, the black soil of Kahem is forever tied to the tribe. If all Bubasti in a generation flee the land, they will be the last of their kind.
Okay.
And the last one is, I don't get this. I don't get how it would kill them, but Bubasti hunger. Although their appetite is for something deeper than food, they will always eat what is put before them.
Okay.
There's a plate of rocks.
I was about to say, here's a eat it.
I was thinking rocks and sand, but
Sure, that would work too.
I mean, there's a lot of ways you could mess with them that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bottom line.
As long as it's on a plate, it's food.
Right?
Oh boy.
that's like you put it before them. How do they know any better? Like, I'm sure that's an easy way for any of the other Fera to find out what their Yava is.
Like it's here's a little feces tartare with a lovely bleach sauce.
Poisonous mushroom.
Enjoy.
Easy to poison.
Right? I mean, if you know the thing.
I'm just saying, even if you don't know it, it's probably really easy to figure out.
If I were false Wendigo, I'm just saying. If I were false Wendigo and I wanted some numbers, I'd be looking at Egypt.
Wow.
Yeah.
You'd get all of them.
Yeah. Wow.
Here, sit at my table, enjoy the feast. I literally can't not.
Catnip.
All of it.
That's a real thing.
Oh, is it?
As a fetish, is catnip.
Oh, it is. I remember reading about that.
Yeah. We should love to use that to screw with Bastet.
Yeah, that's where I read it.
But that's
the best at.
That's the best at
We
portion
still
of
got
our
two
show.
more, so we gotta.
Yeah, we have the and Danny.
Oh,
It is once again your turn.
We'll go again.
Tell us about your Fera.
I got the Ratkin, which is they're so weird.
I love
We go from cats to rats. I like it.
right?
Did we do that on purpose?
No.
No,
Yes.
this is not scripted.
Let's just say we did. My favorite part is why the Ratkin are the Ratkin. They were made by Gaia for, I put in quotes here, selective slaughtering of the humans with
Makes sense.
famine and disease.
Yeah.
The Garu were jealous of how good they were at doing their job, one of the reasons of the War of Rage.
Oh, wow.
And all the built-up tension from the Garu being jealous of how good they were, when the War of Rage came around, it gave the Garu great pleasure in destroying them all, or most of them at least. It made me laugh so hard. They were so good at their job, is why Garu hate them so much. The
This
jealousy.
is from their eyes. I'm sure that's not.
Yes,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah, right.
Whenever we pick the Fera, it's always from their eyes. It just made me laugh so hard. They were so good at their job, everyone else is jealous at us.
Well, I could see the Silver Fang sitting atop his high horse on top of a throne on the top of his tower.
Pinky
looking
up.
down at, pinky up, looking down at the Ratkin covered in feces and like flies and ticks and going, man, I'm jealous. I could see that, right? That sounds right, doesn't it?
Sounds right.
Yeah. I wish I could roll around and shit and be diseased.
Right.
I think maybe that wasn't the conversation. But
The way they survived, and especially after War of Rage, because so many of them were killed off. Also, the reason so many of them were killed off is because there's so fucking many of them. Mm-hmm. There's a ton of Ratkin. There's probably tens of thousands.
I wouldn't doubt there's more than that.
I mean, I would argue they're easily the most numerous of,
Right.
if not the Fera, the
entire world population.
Well, no, but
I don't know.
when you say the Fera, you don't count the Gyro Nation. I'm now including the Gyro Nation. I'm including the Spirals.
Okay.
I would argue they're probably the most numerous shifter. Period.
Can't argue that. I mean,
we can't prove it either.
can't prove it either, but it's just at the sheer number of rats.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, it's just there's so many of them, but I guess we'll get to that back in a few. But the way they survived during the World of Rage and after is they kept their numbers. They still kept in groups, but those groups were in such small numbers and just all over the place. So that being again so many of them, they also don't trust the Weaver or Worm whatsoever. They are very much in tune with the wild.
Sure.
I mean, I don't trust them either.
Right.
The way the words they were using, like the worm is bad, obviously, the corruption.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for listening
To
to
the
the podcast.
podcast.
The Weaver is just as bad, because what the Weaver is doing to the wild is how they feel. Now, they have a litany, which is weird, because after their litany, they also have creeds, which is weird because a lot of the lines from the creeds are the same as from their own litany. And the litany is for their survival. It's the litany of survival.
Okay.
And then they have creeds, which is a lot of the same. So I found it very odd they would even have both.
Well, I mean, you mentioned litany of survival. You say in that word, I think, is a big ticket item. Mm-hmm. In that, the Ratkin are definitely survivors.
Yes.
In fact, to make a Ratkin, like they have to be a survivor.
Yes. It's because they're made and not born.
Right, and that's the birthing plague.
The birthing plague,
So
correct.
tell us about the birthing plague.
Plug.
Plague?
Plague. Sorry.
Plague.
Plug you.
For our French listeners.
Wow. Okay. Well, the birthing plague, it's a rite where they just we'll just say groups of Ratkin kinfolk. So
Kinfolk.
Rat kinfolk. Yeah.
Ratkinians.
Rat can I.
There you go.
They'll take like groups of them at a time, and then one of the ratkin, like the one who's doing the right, I guess, will bite all of them singly at once, all in a row, and then that bite will rid them of like hallucinations. They go mad, extreme pain, and there the weak are killed off, and only the strong survive. But that could now result in just another kinfolk, or it can result in a ratkin. Even if he survives, doesn't mean he's a ratkin. And again, with the right, it's so rare that it happens. It's like the successes and everything. Like 7 to 8, they still survive. 3 to 7, it's they survive with some kind of scarring or some kind of derangement. 1s and 2s, human kinfolk will turn into a ratkin, and then 1s only, the rat will turn into a ratkin. Which is crazy, because again, we talked about how many of them there are.
Well, I think at that point it's a numbers game.
Yes.
Like, think about it this way, right? How many rats and we're just spitballing, because fuck, count, I dare you. How many rats do you think are probably living in the New York City sewer system right now?
Yeah, a lot.
Hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Has to be.
Right.
Yeah, so even if 1% of that turned into a ratkin.
Exactly.
Thousands of ratkin right there. I mean, if they bit all hundreds of thousands of them, but
exactly.
still.
Right.
Yeah. So I think, it's the numbers game at that point.
The odds are in your favor on that one.
Yep.
So yeah, again, the birthing plague, and that's how they make more ratkin. So weird, but again, that's how they survive. The weak are killed off, and only the strong survive. It's like Detroit.
Which I think is probably another hub
Of more rats.
Yeah, that is I think they are living. You know what?
Luxuriously.
Yeah.
No, and when we do the Fera, I always look and see if what their war form is called, because some of them's Krynos and some of them are not. So it's always
they always have most of them have their own names for shit.
Right. And this one, it's still Krynos.
That's nice.
They do have Menace, but again, they're made, not born, so the two kinfolk, I don't know.
I guess you figure that out.
Right, exactly. It's already a numbers game.
I wonder what their deformities would be.
Like clear skin.
Right.
There are a few in there. I didn't
Full head
write
of
them
hair.
down.
Full head of hair.
There are a few in there. I didn't write them down, but
No,
it wasn't
fair.
necessary.
I'm sure it's shit that like, makes them look normal.
You look all right.
Yeah.
You're a menace.
Eyes are the same color. Not albino.
Not albino. Weird.
Not covered in feces.
Right.
No, they have, instead of auspices, they have aspects. And again, another weird thing, because the aspects, they're all determined by the different hallucinations and the different visions they get when they're going through the rite of the birthing plague.
See, I like the Rat Kid. I think I have always viewed them as just fucking, creepy, number one. Mm-hmm. But just dangerous as shit.
Well, yeah, the sheer number of them.
Oh, yeah, but they're rats.
You don't mess with a rat.
Yeah, you already don't mess with a rat. It's already, as humans, we have learned a thing or two.
Trap one. It can bite through a lead pipe in like minutes.
Yeah.
And then, give that a Krynos form.
Oh.
Oh, the picture in Changing Breeds is wicked weird. There's a couple of them. They're so crazy looking.
Well, you want to talk real quick about awesome art. You check Revised.
Okay.
Changing Breeds Revised. They have the sections, and Ron Spencer does most of them.
Okay.
So already you're in for a fucking treat.
So at least it's the same style this way.
Not all of them. There's a few that aren't, but he does most of them.
Okay.
And it is some badass art, man. Like you look at the girl.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Yeah, where I pointed out that
yeah.
that's that's normal Krynos size. That's normal Garu Krynos size.
Yeah.
There's normal girl Krynos size.
It's
This is bad
huge.
news.
Ginormous.
Yep. Just real quick.
No, it's fine.
Fantastic art there.
Because even in Krynos, they can fit in any little tiny space that their head can get through. If their head can get through, they can still build.
Dude, Rat can crawl through something the size of a quarter.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. The Krynos, but the Krynos isn't that big. It's only 15% larger than their regular body.
So, big dog.
They can be. They go from anywhere from the size of a normal rat to the size of a small dog.
I would not mess with that. Even a medium, even if it's like 15% of like a rat's body or a human body.
Yeah, I was going to say, wouldn't that be a human body? 50% of a human body. The Rat King Krynos is larger than the Hamid.
Just that the Krynos only 15% increase in size and a few inches in height, and
From the human.
From the human.
Okay.
Okay.
From the human.
And then Metis Krynos are slightly stronger than regular Krynos,
They're extra plaguey.
Yeah, they're extra plaguey. They have a little bit less endurance.
No, they're clear.
That and their rodent form, lupus form, whatever we'll call that one.
It's just lupus for the sake of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have opposable thumbs on their front paws.
No.
Yep.
I can grab things.
Yeah.
Dude.
Opposable thumbs.
That is creepy.
Yes. See what I mean? Ratkin are badass.
They're. This was cool to look at, like, but it's weird. They're just weird to me.
They will destroy you.
Yes.
With opposable thumbs.
Right? Like, think about that. Like, you're going through the sewers, which is already a bad time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you ain't in Hamid, I mean, it's already a bad time in Hamid. If you're not in Hamid, enjoy vomiting every 3 steps.
Yep. Willpower roll.
And then, you're in this dark bullshit. This little beady, little glowy eyes pop open. And then another set. And then another set.
And then 300 more.
Right. You just hear like a little voice.
And then some of those beady eyes get a little bit bigger.
Right. And maybe you hear voices in the dark like, oh, what are you doing here? Oh.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. I didn't know if I wanted to go for the joke or not, but it worked both ways.
Oh, man, nicely done.
Hey, Pluto, what are you doing?
I mean, there's a few more, I don't know, it's probably not that crazy necessary to go into them, but, I mean, like, they have stuff like, they'll work together, obviously, but they don't like but they don't like working with other Fera. They will if they absolutely have to, but only very, very temporary. And again, I say that, and I've seen this with how many different Fera.
Well, and then that's exactly.
And that's why I don't understand when I see
don't get along. It's not, people think it's the Barnyard Coalition, which is how the titles of these started against the Garu, the big bad Garu who were
none of the other Fera.
No, everyone hates each other.
Yeah, everyone hates each other. They all hate the Garu.
But they all hate each other as well.
They all hate each other.
I mean, they have a reason to hate the Garu, so.
But that's the thing, is the War of Rage wasn't just the Garu versus everyone. It wasn't the Barnyard Coalition versus the Garu. It was everyone versus everyone. Everyone hates everyone else.
Yeah. So when people say, like, oh, Rage Across the Internet guys, they hate the Fera. We don't hate the Fera. We just hate the fact that there's games where all the Fera team up together because this says none of them like each other.
Straight from the book.
I do. I think it's dismissive of the War of Rage, and I think there are exceptions.
There's always exceptions.
There are always exceptions, and I salute those who you want to do a Hondi game. Excellent. You want to do something in the Amazon? Well, of course, there's going to be Bestet and Garu working together. Excellent. You want to do something with the Henki Yokai? That's a whole different show, frankly.
Right. I was going to say the Beast Courts.
We're not even touching the Beast Courts during this. That's a different show. Or you find a reason here and there for a temporary, alliance.
It's the exception. It's not the norm.
Exactly. Otherwise, I think you're really disrespecting the lore, and I have a problem with that personally.
I agree.
You can do whatever you want. I'm not your real dad, but maybe find a way to get what you're going for while still acknowledging the fact that there was this massive war and kind of multiple-sided genocide scenario that everyone's still extremely sore about.
Still, and how long ago was it?
Right?
And we don't hate the Fera. Look at fucking Savage Age. Savage Age is fantastic. That doesn't mean they like each other.
Well, even tonight, look, I don't like a couple Fera.
Right.
Red-Kid are badass. The Naga are badass.
No, these...
I love the Ajaba for some reason.
Ajaba are awesome.
Yeah, Ajaba are cool as hell.
I didn't like the McCoy, but that's a different story in itself.
But that's a personal preference
exactly.
at that point.
No, the Fera
that was
are
just
cool.
you having that personal preference. There's some reasons you can really like them.
Right, yeah. I like these guys. There's so much about them that's it's so weird, but that weirdness makes it kind of cool.
Yeah.
Again, you wouldn't have, and they even said they'll work with other Fera.
Yeah.
Very rarely, and only to gain some kind of
to get the thing,
intelligence
the thing
against whoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to gain some knowledge on that Fera, ex-Fera over there, so they know what to do for next time, how to kill it.
I would totally run a game, theoretically, where maybe my pack of bone gnars worked with a ratkin.
Right.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
And
they're not best friends, they're not, but
they'll work
this
together.
one time we're not going to kill each other. Yeah. Fucking run that
would
game.
Be awesome.
But run that game. Not the game where that same ratkin is in the Black Forest at the Sept of the Blood Fist high-fiving...
Gogol?
No, he's in the Amazon.
That's because he's in the Amazon. Sorry.
High-fiving Torgus Firemane.
Ah, yeah.
That's not... No.
Totem Rat has called upon both of them to work together.
Boom.
And that's one of the examples they had in there.
There you go.
And again, they didn't like doing it. They did it because it's rat.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy Rat says so, okay.
Daddy
But
rat.
I don't...
Well, there's Mother Rat, too. Don't worry.
And all of the babies.
All of the babies.
All the babies. Is that,
Dennis, I had a couple other things, but nothing crazy. So we have 2 others to go here. So sorry, 1 other to go
Say
here.
2. You making one up right now?
Yeah.
No, I just
Well, there was the...
I know Tom's got a lot to talk about.
I
So
have a lot. But I
also
can
didn't
talk about
want-
it quickly.
Well, honestly, I'm kind of excited for this, though.
so am I. I also didn't want to take away from yours.
You're not taking away. You got more? I mean, because rat cannons sound pretty fucking awesome.
Right?
All right, well, I had the Kitsune,
Yeah, you did.
and I really enjoyed them. These are the werefoxes.
See, I'm surprised.
Why are you
Very
surprised?
Well, first of all, this is the breed I know the least about. You know, the Hengyokai thing, I've always kind of steered away from it because of how it's a different thing. And I mean, I guess we'll get to it, while we go through.
Mm-hmm. They don't really steer into the Hengyokai too much, just they are.
But that's the
From
thing,
Asia.
is because they are
Because
Hengyokai, they're harder to work with the rest of the world.
And that's the thing, that's probably why I like them so much, because I don't know much about Hengyokai yet.
Okay.
So that's probably why, because they don't really dig into how Hengyokai works.
Well, and that's part of it too. Is like they're so Japanese,
They are.
which sounds like I have a problem with that. But there are foxes all over the world, is what I'm saying.
I was gonna say, but if they're so Japanese,
But they are so they're so uniquely Japanese with how they're put together.
Well, let me get on that then.
Yes. Yeah. How about you? Shut up,
I'm gonna
Pork.
say,
Shut up, Pork.
Arctic foxes are cool as shit.
So the reason they're Japanese is because the very first of their kind, named I'm going to butcher the crap out of this. First name's Bai, that's easy. Second, their last name Mianzi.
Sure.
Also nicknamed the white-faced one.
So an Arctic fox?
Just white face doesn't mean the whole body's white.
I don't know. Okay.
It was the first changer of the Kitsune. She was the first to talk to spirits and learn gifts, and that she could change forms. She then taught others of what she had learned, and thus...
This is birth of Kitsune.
Not essentially, just
Okay.
birth of the changing breed, not to be named yet.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Right.
He'll take us there.
I'll get into slowly working there. So while the world fell into chaos around them, because these are the youngest of the changing breed, they came to be during the Fourth Age. So being the youngest, crap was just always chaotic. So obviously they came to be after the War of Rage.
Interesting.
So the Kitsune gave no concern. Well, not the Kitsune yet, but just the werefoxes gave no concern because they're very self-centered in nature. It's a fox. All they care about is themselves.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Huh. So they don't like other Fera.
Didn't say that.
Don't put words.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Sorry.
So eventually, Luna came to notice. So Luna called upon Bai, said, "We need to go talk to Gaia."
Okay.
What? No? What you got?
No,
Yeah,
I'm trying to follow.
Danny's already got a problem.
No, I didn't see it going that way.
Well, you got to remember they're Hengyokai.
It doesn't help me much.
Yeah, we don't know much. That's why I'm saying this is why I enjoyed it, because I don't know much about Hengyokai.
Okay.
So this is where, obviously, the Kitsune come to be. Meets with Gaia. I'll bow my head, don't look at Gaia, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Bai tries to wiggle her way out of this, saying, "I don't want nothing to do with this." And Gaia says, "No, I've already got cunning changers. You can try your tricks. I want you." Eventually, she can't work her way out of it, so the Kitsune are formed, and they are tasked with their duty.
What is their duty?
To grow up and serve Gaia in the sacred laws of heaven, rather than playing their way through existence and making humans miserable with their tricks. Direct quote.
I know, I believe it, and here we go.
What? This was sounding
you
so
saw me
cool
read that
until then.
direct
Yeah, no,
quote.
he read it right from the book.
No, and again, very Japanese.
Yeah.
But I did miss the intro that I did write down for this tribe.
Yeah, by all
Or
means.
the Kitsune. They're tricksters, they're assassins, they're magicians, and holy warriors. That's what they consider themselves. So the Kitsune do Gaia's will where others cannot or will not. Bound by the laws of heaven, the fox shifters pull strings behind the scenes while putting forth a perfect outward countenance for the rest of the world to see.
Time out. What the hell is with Tom getting all the trickster Fera?
I love it. It's just worked out perfectly.
It did work out for him.
Now you see why I liked them so much.
I see that, yeah.
Every single time. And this is not planned.
No, it just happened to fall that way.
Yeah, no, Tom got what was left.
Go me.
The Nuisha, the Korax, now the Kitsune, and you get all the tricksters.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
It's hilarious.
I had fun researching these ones. I'm like, I'd play all three of these. So, Kitsune, obviously, it's very rare to see these guys in large numbers. Mm-hmm. But when they do gather, it's very short, it's very sweet, it's to the point. So, like, when they have their moots, whatever, don't remember if I wrote it down halfway in notes here. But when they do gather, it's short, sweet, to the point, get the business done, get on with your life.
Okay.
But they prefer to do most of their letting their tribe know, or letting the Kitsune know, fox to fox, word of mouth. It's much easier that way for them, because obviously you gather in large numbers, little foxes, easy to kill.
Prey, yeah.
Yeah, because we'll get onto that. These guys are very easy to hurt.
Bummer.
They're also super weird.
I was going to say, it's a good thing they're kind of tricksters, and they can get out of it.
Mm-hmm. So Kitsune operate in packs of 1, 2, or 4. I'm not sure why they skipped 3, but 1, 2, or 4 is the magic numbers.
Why?
Well, singly for stealth, ease of movement, get in, get out, get the job done. 2 for the yin and yang aspect of it.
Okay.
Hengyokai like.
Then I can see why not 3, because 3 being the odd number. If it's 4, you got 2 and 2, they're the yin and the yang still.
It's hard for me to do that because, Fiona tries. If it comes to
That's true.
3s, it's hard for me to acknowledge that.
I get it. That's just speculation.
No, that's
all.
fair.
I mean, without 3, tricycles would just be bicycles.
Gross.
I mean, right? What's that? What is
Man, I don't know. I don't even know how to ride one of those. Quadcicles?
That's a car.
So for the 4, the pack of 4, they actually call this the perfect Sentai. And this is when, because for it to be 4, they all have to be from their different, what I would say, auspices.
Okay.
But they're actually called...
they're called something
They're
wonky.
called something wonky. And I have
So
to
aspects
find
for a Ratkin. I mean, I think other ones were aspects too, but...
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot further in.
Lots of fair. Oh, wow.
Wow, Jesus. Okay.
There's a lot to these guys. So I went on, from here I went to their traits. Since foxes were created after the 4th age and were never part of the controlling of humanity by force, their Krynos form does not incite delirium.
That is kind of cool.
That's a problem.
Yes, it's a problem, I agree.
They don't use it.
But it's cool. Is it like only if necessary to survive kind of thing?
Not even. They don't. It's not even a war form. Let me get to it.
What the fuck?
So Kitsune, they can enter the Umbra as easily as Garu. They're able to learn gifts of other changing breeds.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I found that awesome.
Okay.
You could make a pretty fun Kitsune. Kitsune Frenzy, but it is always a fox frenzy.
Well, they're foxes.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Yep. Want. They do not have regenerative abilities.
Yeah.
This is the crux.
This is something that always bothered me about them, is they can't regen. So...
No regen. Now, they can learn gifts to heal, obviously.
Like
but
Mother's
they can't
Touch or whatever the equivalent is.
Yes, but they can't naturally regen like a Garu can.
Oh,
Right?
that's a hell of a
So
weakness.
it keeps going. All bashing is considered lethal damage to them.
Oh, so they're super weak.
They can still soak silver, though.
I mean, okay.
They can soak silver at a diff of 8, and any not soaked is lethal, so they don't even take it as ag.
So, okay.
See, it's
So they
creepy.
don't-
They got rules all over the place.
Oh, there's
So
tons.
they don't even take ag, period, is what you're saying.
No. I mean, unless like a specific bite says it does do ag, but they don't take ag from silver.
Okay, so
But
maybe...
fire, toxic waste, these things are still...
I would assume it didn't specify.
Well, then, yeah.
Okay, then that's...
They can still take. I'm assuming they can still take egg, but it's just specifically right there. It was silver.
Just not from silver. Wow.
If they had stated is like even though they are Luna
Well, I guess
guided them.
what the hell are we talking ag for? Because aggravated damage, remember, is damage that heals at the same rate as if it would if you were a normal human.
Right.
Which is why it's switched to lethal.
Right, because all of their damage
Is lethal.
is healed
gonna
as a
kill
normal
them.
human. So yeah, what it is? It's all
Right.
lethal because there's no ag because they heal like that all the time. That's their normal. So yeah.
So here's a little bonus they give you though. At the start of creation, you get an extra dot in dex.
Period.
So wherever you started with, however many dots you put in your dex, at the end, add another dot. You get a bonus dot at character creation. Now the other thing is, they cannot botch athletic rolls to dodge in combat.
That's nice.
That's
That's
nice.
cool. I mean, I get it. They're little. I guess they're closer to the ground. They're you get that extra dot in dex.
Nope. More dice to do some dodging with, because you don't want to take the hit, because they can soak like normal, but
they're squirrely?
It's not a lot.
Right, because it's like normal. Now, I'm sure you've got it in there. I'm certain you do.
What?
But they gain tails as they gain ranks.
Yes, we're getting to that. That's actually coming up.
Can they spin those tails and fly away?
Oh, jeez.
See, I thought it might.
I wouldn't know.
But
I didn't dig into gifts like
Sonic
deeply
the
or anything
Hedgehog,
like
man.
that.
No, I'm not listening to him. That was ridiculous.
Thank you.
I was ignoring that entirely.
Thank you. It's Japanese culture. They have a
No, it
thing for
is.
tails.
You know,
with
I know.
their fox demons, I guess.
Yeah, I know that. Whoever made them had a vision. I get it. It's just that there are foxes everywhere else on the planet. I'd love to see some different culture out of that.
Fair.
That isn't so tied to Japanese folklore.
I mean...
Which, again, I don't have a problem with Japanese folklore, but I do have a problem conceptually with the idea of having, like, 5 fucking tails.
That's the thing, is they can hide them.
Can they?
Yes.
Okay.
They can hide them.
Because you could see logistically how this is a problem.
Oh, yeah, that would be a problem trying to run around when you got 9 to whatever tails flopping behind you.
You just got extra flappies back there making you a bigger target.
They hide them because they obviously don't want to show off rank either, because that determines their rank.
Oh, so they don't even...
How many tails is their rank?
Yeah.
And they hide because they don't want to show off the rank?
Let me get to it. You guys are
That's
jumping ahead.
weird. Yeah, but like you...
We have
you
questions.
There's lots of questions here.
Okay, let me switch over to my notes.
I mean, you go where it's got to take you, but we're showing interest.
Yeah.
As opposed to, this is stupid. You done?
McCoy.
I keep speculating.
Well, then you get mad at us that we're getting you off of your notes.
No, he's broken. But yeah, I would have loved to see a more varied look at their culture.
Yeah.
Through the different continents, the different types of foxes. But I mean, they definitely wanted to lean into that Japanese lore in time of the Henki Yokai.
Mm-hmm. I get that, but at the same time, again, there are several different foxes.
Yeah.
There's red fox, there's gray fox, there's Arctic fox. Stuff like that. When I was growing up, I especially liked the Arctic. Those always interest me. There was Arctic wolves.
Well, I mean, hell, there was our buddy Chase, had a fox in his yard 3 days ago.
Oh shit!
So like,
You gotta look it up. I didn't write it down.
We're the Detroit Fox Eye,
The Detroit fox.
the Detroit Kitsune. Come on. It would have been cool. Mm-hmm. Here's my bitch: is that there's not enough variation of them. That's my complaint. And then the regen thing, because come on. And also the delirium thing, because what a liability that is constantly.
Well, that's the thing. That form,
Yes.
when I get to those forms, actually I'll just skip to it for your pleasure.
Weird.
Their Koto form, their Krynos form.
Thank you.
They assume this form for courtly affairs.
No shit.
Ill-suited for battle. They do have claws, obviously. They do gain claws, but obviously they get coated in their fox fur. It's a very small Krynos.
So
It's like a human-sized, but fox. Their head turns into a fox, and then their fur, and then they get claws. Very ill-suited for battle.
So it's just the moot suit.
Yep, it's the moot suit.
It's just to impress the ladies, huh?
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Or the men.
Look at all my
Well,
tails.
here, since I'm on forms, I'll just go over the rest of the forms. The Hitagata is their human form. Sambuhenge is their near-human form. Rarely used because it's very funny looking and they get made fun of.
Correct say the same thing.
Right. Oh, Big Bird.
Big Bird, yep.
Krynos form. Yeah. Juko, they're wolf-sized fox. This is the one that's most suited for travel and obviously most suited for fighting in. And then the Kyubi, standard little fox. Their lupus form.
QB?
Kyubi.
Okay. Interesting. I love...
Back to where I was.
The Krynos was just for courting. That's hilarious.
Right?
I know. Courtly events, not courting. You're taking that... It's courting events, like moots and...
The cotillion, Again, the moot suit.
The moot suit.
It's literally just to impress the others.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at my shiny
Hilarious.
pelt. I don't know.
Do they at least show the tails then?
It's up to them.
Yeah, you ask them.
Because I didn't write down if they choose to show them or not.
Well, that's up to the guy.
The thing that was in the
you
book was you spend Gnosis to show them, or you roll Gnosis. There was something in it to show the tails.
Okay.
So there's something in there. I did not write it down.
That's fine.
These guys have a very long lifespan because when advancing in rank, their potential lifespan doubles.
No shit.
That's insane.
That is insane.
So every time you rank up, you gain another few years of your life, or you double your years of life?
Their highest rank they've ever had was the very first changer, 9.
Like, I don't.
I'm sure she's still floating around.
Yeah.
I was going to say
feel
the
like
math on
probably.
that would be ridiculous.
I don't want to know what the math is on that. I mean, what's Fox's average lifespan?
Yeah, it's all Weaver shit. I
Yeah.
don't understand.
So obviously, you said I hit the point finally. When gaining rank, they gain a tail.
Yep.
They can hide their tails. 9 tails being the only one, and it was by. And basically, at 9 tails, they stated in the book, essentially immortal.
Well, yeah, you doubled every time you gain a life.
Yeah. So essentially, you're just going to just live. I'm not sure if Bai died or not. I don't know. I didn't go through it because it's not a storybook.
Right.
They do have 3 breeds: the human-born, animal-born, and their metis. Metis are not shunned upon at all.
Okay.
There is something neat about when they make new ones. They have a thing called birthing pains. You laugh.
I think
this is pretty serious, though.
I think all birth is painful. I feel
Probably
like
agree,
that's
yeah.
probably.
So yeah, I'm sure, yes, but this is shared pains between the mother and the father.
That's all right.
Yes. Why both of us?
So straight from the
Only one of
book,
us.
giving birth to a kitsune is a supernaturally painful process. And the otherworldly labor pains are shared empathetically by both parents, no matter how much distance may separate them. You can't run it.
Oh, good.
Oh.
No deadbeat dads here.
No deadbeat dads.
Okay.
So great is the suffering. And they say a Kojin or a Roku, which is human-born Kojin. Roku is animal-born. A non-kitsune parent has only a 1 in 10 chance of surviving the experience.
Holy shit.
There's also a 1 in 10 chance that the kitsune parent may die, either instead of or along with their mate. So you roll the percentages separately for each parent. If both parents beat the odds, death instead strikes a close friend or family member.
Oh,
So no matter what, somebody's
so someone
dying
dies no matter what.
when you make a kitsune.
Jesus.
Can imagine there's
So
not
now-
very many in the world now.
The metis births are even worse.
Oh, good.
Odds are even worse. Shinju, metis, births are even more dangerous. There's an equal chance of each parent dying with the possibility of both paying the price for the birth. Each parent has only a 50% chance of surviving the birth. Again, you roll the percentages separately.
Just flip a coin, man.
At
For
that point,
each
it
of them
is.
flip a coin.
Yeah.
If both kitsune win, the death will strike a close associate, friend, or family member. So, always, somebody's dying.
Someone dies every time a kitsune is born.
Better hope Uncle Jack's sick. We're having a baby. How's Uncle Jack doing?
Not so well. Okay, good.
Fingers crossed then.
So not onto their auspices, basically, but they call them paths.
Sure.
So when they go to rank 1, they do this, basically their rank challenge, but they call it the Rite of the Crossroads. And they're sat in front of 4 bowls. And in these 4 bowls, they call them elegant elements. Yes, don't laugh.
Trying not
Stop
to.
me.
So in one bowl you have clay, in one bowl you have fog, in one bowl you have lightning, in one bowl you have lava. So
Okay.
depending on what you choose,
It's now
puts you into that auspice. You're not born into your auspices.
Oh, so
What's-
you get to choose.
Yeah.
You
that's
choose
kinda
on
nice.
your very first rank challenge where you're going, but you don't know what you're getting.
Oh, okay.
You
So it's
choose
still random
based-
chance.
It's a random chance on what you get.
Okay.
This is why I like these guys are so interesting. There's just so much to them.
Oh, there's definitely a lot there.
Yeah. So obviously with the 4 bowls, you got 4 paths. So if you choose clay, and I like this, they put this in the book and phonetically spelled them out.
That's nice.
I was so excited. I was like, yes.
That is nice.
Yeah, it
So
doesn't happen
the
very
first
often.
one, when you pick the clay, this is the Kataribe. Path is made up of builders and doers making things to aid the kitsune. They love knowledge. They will collect lore from around the world. Think of them like galliards. They collect the lore and like to tell the stories. And
Okay.
think of them like galliards.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The second one, the Gukuchi. Yes, Gukuchi.
Hey, man, you said it was phonetically spelled, so.
And that's exactly Gookoots. Gukuchi.
Okay.
This is obviously if you choose the element fog. These
Obviously.
are the... Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
obviously.
this is what makes it obvious. They're the tricksters, the masters of mind and illusion. They take the roles of physicians and healers in the tribe.
But also tricking. Like, yep, you're all fixed up. Just kidding.
Well, they take the fixing up seriously, but
Okay,
No,
fine.
no, it's more like you're all patched up. P.S. I left the rubber chicken in there.
there you go. That's see, yep, Porter's got it.
Don't cough too hard.
So now their third, and this is if you pick lightning. This is the Doshi. These guys are the masters of magic and spirit communication. So think Thurge.
Mm-hmm.
They sent if you use sense worm on them, it will detect.
Sweet.
Because they will use evil to fight evil.
Oh.
They enslave
It's
Banes,
kind of rad.
or will
Yeah.
use, in quotes, tainted magic.
I mean, if they absolutely have to, they'll do what they can.
Do what they can. Now the last one, and this is the AG, AYJEE, A-J-E-E.
IG.
IG.
I don't
And
know.
this is obviously if you pick the last one, which is lava. These are the
Burn your hands.
holy
can't touch the
warriors. Can't touch the floor.
They're so full.
But these guys are the holy warriors, your Ahrounds.
Okay.
They appear as adventurers and daredevils in normal society. We'll,
That's awesome.
Will go out of their way to protect the innocent and to right wrongs done against just and good. Holy warriors.
I'm sorry. I just pictured, and you said it, but it's not what you said. But I just pictured like 4 dudes in Daredevil cosplay with like big ass foxtails sticking out of the back.
You got me. You got me.
Yes.
Oh, he got me as I was taking a drink. Any questions? I enjoyed these guys. I really did.
No, I could see where you're coming from, you know. And again, I think my problem with them was always the not regen thing to me on a surface level.
But they give you stuff to get over it.
Fine.
And they have plenty of gifts.
Fine, but
Well,
here's the
they
thing.
take them from everybody
Yeah,
else.
they can use them from everyone else.
But you gotta look at it from the right perspective here, okay? Because you're not talking to a guy who did his research with a 20th anniversary.
Fair.
You're talking to the guy who read the write-up in the back of the Cairn book.
How many years ago?
Right. And I mean, that's when the Cairn book was brand new, you know?
Was Hengyoka out yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was like the precursor.
Okay.
You know, it's the first mention of the Kitsune. It's the first time you learn about Haken. You know, it was brand new. And it was a pretty dry write-up. I mean, it's very foreign. The concepts of the Hengyokai are super different and super weird.
Yes.
Stay tuned. We will touch this.
Yeah, we will. But I mean, like, they're so counterintuitive to the Gyre Nation. So it's so odd. And then, well, they don't even delirium and they don't even heal. What the hell's the point? And the write-up was kind of dry. And I'm sure there's a page count issue, okay? I'm sure there was a space issue in the actual production of the book. I don't know, but I'm assuming. Because it ends very abruptly.
Oh.
The joke I would make is that even the writer got bored, and so he just left. He said, the book's done now.
Well, you talked about it before. I didn't realize it was on that specific part of the Kitsune.
Yeah, well, it's talking about the Kitsune in general. It's just, it felt like he wasn't done writing it.
That's why they're like, no, we need to make another book out of this. And that's...
Well,
there we go.
go. That's why.
Yeah, but, you know, from that perspective, and again, from a teenage porter back then, when you're looking at this stuff and it's all brand new,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, oh, well, they don't have the delirium, they can't change forms, they have a bunch of extra tails, which I feel makes them like a larger target, and is also kind of dumb.
And then that's all the book has.
And then that's the only version of them, too. Because, again, foxes from all over the world, but the only version is the one so closely tied to the Japanese folklore. Which isn't a problem, except for there are foxes all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Different colors, different kinds.
Right. So, like, what about them? Well, fuck them, apparently. But, you know, it would have been nice to see what does an American Kitsune look like.
Well,
Probably not
laid
called
some
Kitsune.
knowledge down
Right.
on you. Well, you enjoy them now.
I think you'd have to make something else up entirely. I mean, it would be a whole different thing.
I don't
in
see
fact,
it even being called Kitsune anymore.
no, they wouldn't, because that's a Japanese name. You know, and I'd imagine if they did exist, they all died out. Well, they weren't in the War of Rage.
Nope. They came to be after.
But perhaps it's only that version of them, and that there were fox changers at some point.
And they,
Chris?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I was
Food for
gonna say.
thought, man.
Yeah, there you go.
It's really odd.
Weaponized Ink. You hear us now.
They were listening. You didn't call them. They were listening.
I'm just saying, hopefully you're hearing this and you take this idea.
Yes, that's what I was saying. I just said
Just didn't
Chris.
blatantly say it.
Yeah, I just did it by Chris.
Okay. Well, there are other people named Chris.
Everyone's Chris.
There's a lot of Chris's.
That's true.
I'm done in the sweatbox. I think it's time to wrap it
I
up.
was going to say, there's
Yeah,
almost-
yeah. I don't blame you, Tom. I think it's time we the hell out of here before we all die.
Yep, please.
So that's going to be it for the show today. We want to thank you so much for listening and, for your support that you've given so far. And if you haven't, if you want to do more, there are things you can do. And please, it's reviews, it's ratings, it's giving thumbs up and likes, it's telling your friends. We say these things every week, but it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because the more people we reach, it's about the growth of the channel, it's about the growth of the show. We do better the more people listen. We want more people to love this game.
We want more questions.
Yeah. We're compiling them. We're keeping them for junk drawers.
Yeah, so
We like those better, for
guess-
the record.
Yeah, so no more Cubs Corner, I guess.
Mostly no more.
We touched most on the new stuff, so now we can everyone's got their random little questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it's particularly brand new cubbish
then we'll put it out there. But
Otherwise,
most of
it's
these
getting
questions,
saved, yeah.
we're saving them for junk drawers.
But, that's what you can do to help without spending a dime. Those of you who have bought some of our cool merch, show it off. Show it off on social media.
Oh, yeah.
Your Insta-Wazits and your Twatahoos. Just show it on your social media.
Put those hash browns on it.
Yeah, put the hash browns there. Tell them about Rage Across the Internet. If you've got a couple bucks you want to spare, we have that Patreon, and we have stuff, some gifts for those of you who do, and we love those gifts. We love to share those. So that's exciting to us beyond the donation itself.
Yeah, because we like giving back.
Right.
Patreon is a much bigger deal to us. The hangouts are so much fun, being able to hang out with all of you guys, and then the postmortems.
I love handing those out. I love being able to hand those to people. I love going, yeah, sweet, so you're going to be at the hangout this weekend? Awesome. It'll be good to see you there. Mm-hmm. It's good shit, and we'd love to do it.
And then giving you those bonus episodes, essentially, with the postmortems. Our past games, the games that we get to run, sharing these with you guys is so much fun to us.
Everyone loves them, too.
Right. That's great to know.
Mm-hmm.
They're so much fun to put together.
Yeah.
I love going over them again. It's like, man, this was such a good chronicle.
I think it really is. I think it's our favorite thing that we do.
Yes, by far.
But, those are the ways you can help. And anything you can do, it's a huge deal. We'd really appreciate it. We do appreciate it.
Very much.
But that said, it is about that time.
Yep.
So on behalf of Danny and Tom, myself, everyone here at Scratch Wolf Studios, thank you so much for listening. Everybody, you be careful out there. You take care of each other. Keep on howling, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy.
Hey, everybody. My name is Chris. And first off, I want to thank you for listening all the way to the end of the episode. And I'm going to thank you on behalf of Porter. I'm here to talk to you today about The Hammer and the Stake, which is a new RPG that I have developed. I have a background in Savage Age. I'm the original developer for Savage Age. And if you've heard any of the episodes about the Savage Age, you've probably heard my voice. I'm a big, passionate fan of Werewolf the Apocalypse in the World of Darkness. And now The Hammer and the Stake is my opportunity to explore my original and wholly owned intellectual property. The Hammer and the Stake is a game about socialists in 1920s era Hungary fighting against a despotic and fascist vampiric government. And your job as these socialists is to bring it down. Game's core mechanic focuses on player cooperation and wagering to overcome obstacles. There is distinct design principle behind it in which every throw of the dice is supposed to involve every player at the table, whether physically or virtually. And I want you to understand that I've put a lot of time and effort into this game to make it feel exciting and original and from a place of passion. Myself, I have 20 years of freelancing experience. I've written for White Wolf. I've written for other games like Delta Green, City of Mist, Hellas, and Tribe 8. And this is my opportunity to give you all my personal vision of what a role-playing game can be. So if you give me a shot, I'd appreciate it. It's up on Kickstarter right now. It's The Hammer and the Stake, S-T-A-K-E, not S-T-E-A-K. That is a completely different game. But yeah, if you would be willing to give me a shot, I guarantee this is going to be an exciting exploration of the setting and the mechanics that I want to take and enact with you all together. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on Kickstarter.